So, hey everybody, how's it been going? Back to doing some videos here. Got everything all set up, and what I was showing you was my disclaimer and another disclaimer, and then a bunch of text messages that are the actual originals from April 8th that came from my narcissist sister. The next day, after I had slept on it, it was these messages that made me realize that she is a full-blown narcissist. So I started doing some research on it, and I got a lot of information about different types of narcissists. Listen to what she says. You probably saw it. Poor baby. Cry on somebody else's shoulder. You knew all along what you were doing. Get over yourself and move on. Stop putting others down. I went through some dark days, but I never lost control. She couldn't handle it, so she says, to shut you up, here goes blocking. She was going to block me. She kept threatening to block me. But I managed to keep her talking. But when she blocked me, she lost all this info. I wasn't going to block her because I wanted to keep all her messages right there on my phone. And here's one of the biggest ones, besides the one I just showed you. You knew all along what you were doing. She was talking about my experience in the Jehovah's Witness religion. And I'll be doing a video on that, talking about what I went through and why, and how long it took to figure out why that happened to me. A very ugly story that will have you bawling your eyes out. For a young, new convert, young mother, to go through what I did. So we'll get to that at some point. But here's the real big one that talks about I was trying to reason with her, telling her, you need to back off. You don't need to uproot things, I said here. To save a life, I do and I will. You're not thinking rationally. Ha, coming from you, that's funny. Now, I wanted to point that out. Coming from you, that's funny. In that split second that she said that to me, my whole life flashed before my eyes. Have you had a moment like that? Where your whole life flashes before your eyes. Every mistake I ever made in my life flashed before my eyes. It was a very troubling thing for her to have the nerve to say that to me, because she was talking about my past, throwing my past in my face. And she only has to say these one little lines, just a few words, and it's like daggers. It's like daggers that just rip your heart out. And I kept telling her, you're not thinking rationally. Coming from an offspring who doesn't help. And like I've said, I've posted pictures on here about the reasons why I was not able to help my parents. And I'd say that if I showed you even more of those pictures, you would understand, you know what? She really wasn't available to go help her parents. And the thing is, this bitch lived in Colorado. What's she doing barking commands out at us? I'm trying to support myself. I'm trying to get new work so I can support myself. And she's going to say that to me. It might not sound like a big deal to you, but it is. I'll talk more about it in a minute.